You stand at the precipice, beyond the fragile blue sphere we call home. A reality churns. A reality where the familiar laws of comfort and survival are brutally, irrevocably rewritten. You think you know what awaits. You are wrong. Every breath you take, every secure moment, is a luxury utterly alien to the worlds that truly dominate our cosmic neighborhood. What if I told you that mere hours, mere minutes, would be an eternity of torment on a world burning just next door? A world where the sky itself is a weapon, and the ground beneath you, a tomb. This isn't a bedtime story. This is a descent, a plunge into a truth so profoundly hostile. It will redefine your understanding of existence. If you're ready to peel back the veil of ignorance, to stare into the face of a cosmic nightmare you never imagined, then smash that like button right now, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Because what you're about to witness is not for the faint of heart. And trust me, you will not last a night here. Imagine yourself there, not as a distant observer, peering through the pristine lens of a telescope, but there, your feet, encased in layers of advanced, untested alloys, press against a landscape that glows with an internal, malevolent heat. This isn't just hot. This is the crucible of creation turned against itself. A constant, crushing pressure, the equivalent of being submerged almost a kilometer beneath Earth's deepest oceans, bears down on every square inch of your being. Every fiber of your fabricated existence screams against the inexorable squeeze. The air around you isn't air. It's a supercritical fluid, a dense, corrosive blanket of carbon dioxide so thick it distorts light, making the horizon shimmer and writhe like a living thing. And within this suffocating shroud, a constant, unrelenting downpour. Not water, never water. Sulfuric acid, raining from skies perpetually choked by a runaway greenhouse. Each droplet a miniature weapon, designed to scour, to dissolve, to annihilate. You see it splattering against your visor, hissing, dissolving the very reinforced glass that separates you from instant dissolution. The sky is a furnace, the atmosphere a chemical weapon. But it's the silence that truly shatters. Not the gentle, comforting quiet of a vacuum, but the oppressive, soul-crushing absence of familiar sound. The air is so thick, so dense, that sound waves struggle, are muted, absorbed. Your own ragged breathing, amplified within your helmet, becomes the only testament to your terrified existence. Every internal creak of your suit, every strained gasp, echoes in a void that demands stillness, demanding your ultimate, horrifying surrender. Your suit is a temporary reprieve, a fragile bubble against an eternal inferno. But even this sanctuary is under assault. The internal systems hum, straining. Resource scarcity is a constant, gnawing dread. Every joule of energy, every milliliter of oxygen, meticulously rationed, a single microfracture, an unforeseen flaw, a moment of compromised integrity, and the unimaginable becomes immediate. The differential pressure would tear you apart, not in a violent explosion, but in a horrific, imploding collapse. Your body rendered unrecognizable in the blink of an eye. The thought is not abstract. It is a cold, visceral truth pressing against your very being. You attempt to move. Each step is a monumental effort against the atmospheric drag, like wading through molasses that burns. The ground beneath you, baked to temperatures exceeding those of molten lead, radiates a heat that penetrates even your multi-layered boots, a constant, searing reminder of the planet's core temperature. This is not a place for life. This is a place where every element of existence conspires to unravel you. The sun, a distant, obscured ember in the perpetual twilight, offers no comfort. Only the faintest promise of another agonizing, endless Venusian day. And then, the realization strikes with brutal clarity. There is no night, not as you know it. The planet's ponderous rotation means a day here stretches for 243 Earth days. A single rotation is longer than its entire orbital period around the Sun. So when the night eventually comes, it offers no respite, only a prolonged, suffocating darkness within the crushing heat. You wouldn't last a night. The term itself is a mockery. You wouldn't last an hour, perhaps. If you were miraculously fortunate, you'd endure a few minutes, staring into the face of a cosmic horror that defies all terrestrial understanding. Venus is not merely inhospitable. It is actively, malevolently hostile. A testament to forces unleashed, a stark, terrifying mirror reflecting what Earth could have become. And the truth, the truly chilling truth, remains hidden within its swirling, impenetrable clouds. Chapter 2. Explorer Narrative, the unsung hero of the Venera program. The relentless inferno of Venus, a cosmic barrier designed, it seemed, to repel all intrusion. For decades, it remained an impenetrable enigma, its secrets locked behind a veil of perpetual storm. But even against such impossible odds, the audacious spirit of humanity refused to yield. Picture this: the height of the Cold War, the space race, a furious sprint to plant flags in the cosmos. And in the shadows of the Apollo triumphs, another, quieter, yet arguably more perilous saga was unfolding. A saga of resilience, ingenuity, and a terrifying gamble taken by a nation determined to touch the surface of hell itself. Enter the Venera program, the Soviet Union's answer to Venus. Not sleek, delicate machines, but brutally robust, almost spherical tanks, designed to withstand the crushing embrace of an alien world. The very first attempts, Venera 1, 2, 3, they were daring, desperate leaps into the unknown. Venera 3, in 1966, was the first human-made object to impact another planet. A collision, yes, but a victory in its own right, a defiant statement against the void. Yet, the data remained elusive, swallowed by the inferno. The truth, stubbornly, remained hidden. Then came Venera 4 in 1967, a true pioneer. Imagine the scene: a tiny, unblinking eye, plunging into the inferno at unthinkable speeds. Its heat shield, designed to withstand thousands of degrees, glowed like a miniature star. Parachutes deployed, agonizingly slowly, into an atmosphere so dense it felt like liquid. For a brief, agonizing period, it transmitted data. The temperature, a horrifying 270 degrees Celsius. The pressure, 22 atmospheres. This was not a world for fragile machines. And then, at an altitude of 25 kilometers, the signal ceased, crushed, obliterated. But not before it sent back a chilling, vital truth. Venus was a far more hostile beast than anyone had dared to imagine. Most would have retreated. Most would have declared it impossible. But this was an era of unwavering resolve. The data from Venera 4 allowed for a terrifying recalculation. The next probes had to be built like submarines for an atmospheric ocean. Thicker hulls, designed for over 100 atmospheres of pressure. A race against the very laws of physics. And then, in 1970, Venera 7, the true unsung hero. It was designed for one purpose: to survive, to land, to send back a single, undeniable whisper from the surface. After a 5-month journey, It plunged into the Venusian nightmare. Its descent was a brutal ballet of survival. The atmospheric braking, the parachute deployment into a raging storm, the final, terrifying impact at nearly 17 meters per second. For 23 agonizing minutes, Venera 7 transmitted not clear images, not detailed atmospheric profiles, just a faint, almost imperceptible signal. A mere 1% of its intended power, but it was enough. It was a cry of defiance from a world that tried to silence it. That faint signal delivered the first direct measurements from Venus' surface, a temperature of 475 degrees Celsius, a pressure of 90 atmospheres. It was an impossible achievement. It was a machine that defied utter annihilation for just long enough to scream the truth back to Earth. Imagine the engineers huddled around their screens, deciphering those faint whispers. Not jubilation, perhaps, but a profound, almost terrifying validation of their grim predictions. They had touched the face of a cosmic hell and lived, however briefly, to tell the tale. The legacy of Venera 7 paved the way for the incredible achievements of Venera 9 and 10, which, in 1975, sent back the first ever images from the surface of Venus, black and white, distorted by the extreme heat, but undeniably, breathtakingly real, a landscape of flat, broken rocks shrouded in perpetual twilight. A testament to machines built for an inferno, battling a cosmic adversary with unyielding might. These weren't just probes, they were vanguard warriors, sacrificing themselves to pry open the secrets of a truly alien world. Their mission, to endure, however briefly, and their legacy, an undeniable testament to humanity's relentless drive to push beyond the veil, to touch the untouchable, even if it means staring into the face of a terrifying, burning truth. Chapter 3, Mystery Deep Dive, The Hidden Secrets of Venus's Atmosphere. We've descended into the crushing inferno, witnessed the titanic struggle for mere minutes of survival. But the surface of Venus, for all its terrifying reality, is only part of the enigma. Ascend with me now, far above the incandescent rocks, into the churning, perpetual storms of its upper atmosphere. Here, at altitudes where temperatures and pressures are surprisingly Earth-like, a bizarre, almost cruel cosmic joke, the true, unsettling mysteries of Venus unfold. What if I told you that in this seemingly uninhabitable realm, faint whispers of life might persist for decades? Scientists dismissed the idea. Venus, a dead world, choked by its own runaway greenhouse effect. But consider this. At roughly 50 to 65 kilometers above the surface, nestled within the sulfuric acid clouds, the atmospheric pressure hovers around 1 Earth atmosphere. The temperature, a comfortable 0 to 60 degrees Celsius. In these specific stratospheric layers, conditions are eerily temperate, a stark contrast to the hell below. The catch: those clouds are pure sulfuric acid, not exactly a welcoming swimming pool. Yet, the universe has a disturbing habit of defying our neat classifications. Earth itself teems with extremophiles, organisms that thrive in conditions we consider utterly lethal. Think of the microbes that feast on sulfur in volcanic vents or cling to life in radioactive waste. Is it truly inconceivable that life, driven by the relentless will to exist, could have adapted to Venus's acidic embrace? The theory suggests that microbial life, if it exists, could potentially reside within the tiny, supercooled droplets of sulfuric acid, perhaps using sunlight for energy or feeding on the planet's abundant sulfur compounds. A fleeting, terrifying thought, microbes in hell. And then there are the dark streaks. For years, astronomers have observed these enigmatic, shifting patterns in Venus's upper cloud decks. They absorb ultraviolet light, appearing as vast, shadowy rivers winding across the planet. What are they? Unknown chemical compounds, perhaps? Or something far stranger? One prevailing, unearthing hypothesis suggests these streaks could be vast colonies of the very microbes we just contemplated, organisms, perhaps, that produce pigments to absorb ultraviolet radiation, not for energy, but for protection, thriving in the lethal solar glare, a truly alien ecology painted across the face of a world that should, by all accounts, be barren. But the mysteries don't end there. Consider Venus's rotation. Our neighboring world spins, inexplicably, backwards, retrograde. While Earth spins counterclockwise, Venus spins clockwise. And it does so at an agonizing crawl. A single Venusian day, remember, is longer than its year. This bizarre, almost defiance of orbital mechanics leaves scientists scratching their heads. Was it a colossal impact early in its history? A collision so violent it literally flipped the planet on its axis? Or is there a deeper, unknown cosmic force at play? A gravitational dance with the sun that we don't yet fully comprehend? This slow, retrograde rotation isn't just an astronomical oddity. It has profound implications for the planet's climate, its atmospheric dynamics, its very existence. It contributes to the crushing pressure, the perpetual storms, the runaway greenhouse. It suggests a violent past, a planet scarred by cosmic trauma, forever spinning against the tide. The dark streaks, the potential for life in a chemical inferno, the backwards, agonizing spin, these are not mere curiosities. They are gaping holes in our understanding of planetary evolution. Profound cosmic puzzles that challenge everything we thought we knew about where life can take root and how worlds are truly forged. The terrifying silence of space holds many secrets, but Venus, in its swirling, acidic embrace, might hold some of the most unsettling truths of all. The curtain remains drawn, but the whispers are growing louder. Chapter 4, Grand Scale. A day in the life of Venus itself. We've peered into the terrifying details of Venus's surface, marveled at the impossible resilience of probes, and plumbed the unsettling mysteries of its upper atmosphere. But now, let us shift our perspective. Let us step back, far back, to witness not merely the conditions on Venus, but Venus itself as a living, breathing, albeit monstrously alien, entity. What does a day mean for a world existing in such a state of perpetual, turbulent flux? Imagine the ponderous rotation. A single Venusian day, as we know, stretches for an agonizing 243 Earth days, longer than its own year. This isn't just a number. It's a profound statement about time, about existence on an alien scale. For Earth months, one hemisphere of Venus bakes under the obscured but relentless glare of the sun, superheating its already infernal atmosphere. Then, for another, for months, the other hemisphere endures a dark, crushing night. Though the thick atmosphere means little temperature difference between day and night, this isn't a cycle of light and dark, but an endless, grinding progression. A cosmic ballet performed at a glacial pace, utterly indifferent to our fleeting concepts of time. And beneath that crushing atmospheric shroud, the planet is not dormant. Venus is a world of violent, slow-motion geological activity. Its surface, scarred by ancient lava flows and vast volcanic plains, hints at a past, and perhaps a present, dominated by immense eruptions. Unlike Earth, with its distinct, shifting tectonic plates, Venus's crust seems to be a single, monolithic shell, prone to periodic, Catastrophic resurfacing events. Imagine a planet that burps out its entire surface every few 100 million years, driven by internal heat that has nowhere else to go. These are not gentle tremors. These are planet-spanning convulsions, shaping and reshaping a world with an overwhelming geological force utterly beyond human scale. Consider its cosmic dance with the sun. Venus, forever chained to its fiery parent, locked in a tight, unforgiving orbit. It is a world of extremes, a stark reminder of the delicate balance required for life as we know it. One planet over, Earth thrives, a vibrant oasis. One planet closer, Mercury burns, airless and barren. And in between, Venus, a screaming testament to a climate gone rogue. A world that stands as a chilling counterpoint, a dark mirror reflecting what could befall any world that loses its fragile equilibrium. This is what it means for a planet to exist in such a state of perpetual, turbulent flux. A world where time stretches beyond comprehension, where geological forces move at a terrifying crawl, and where the very fabric of its being is defined by an extreme, unyielding environment. Venus is not just a collection of facts. It is a cosmic epic, playing out in slow motion. A profound reminder of the universe's capacity for both immense beauty and terrifying, unyielding hostility. The mystery remains, a challenge etched into the very fabric of its being, a cosmic rhythm beyond our immediate comprehension, a silent, burning sentinel in the vastness. We began this journey at the precipice, peering into the inferno of Venus. We faced the crushing pressure, the searing heat, the relentless acid rain. We marveled at the audacious machines that dared to touch its surface, and we contemplated the unsettling possibilities of life in its toxic clouds and the ancient, violent history etched into its very rotation. But what does this terrifying journey truly reveal? It reveals the sheer, mind-bending diversity of worlds that exist just beyond our reach. It underscores the astonishing fragility of our own existence on this single, delicate planet. Every moment of comfort, every breath of clean air, every drop of pure water. These are cosmic miracles, not guarantees. The universe is not designed for us. It is vast, indifferent, and utterly uncompromising. But in its profound mysteries, in its raw, unyielding power, lies an undeniable, terrifying beauty. The truth remains hidden just beyond the next veil, within the next cosmic enigma. And it is this insatiable drive to understand, to challenge the impossible, that truly defines our place in this vast, terrifying cosmos. What other cosmic horrors, what other untold wonders lie waiting in the vastness? The journey has just begun. If you dared to stay with us through the inferno, if your mind is now buzzing with the unsettling truths of Venus, then share this video with someone who needs to have their reality shattered. Leave a comment below with which cosmic nightmare you want us to explore next. And until then, remember, the terrifying silence of space holds countless secrets, and the universe is far, far stranger than you could ever imagine.